Funny thing is that we don't actually speak Igbo fluently. We're not those people that you see and say, Igbo for you say, you not start saying Igbo. Music is a universal language, so you can write music in any language, and we took up that responsibility to fill a void, which is, the Igbo highlife.
We, for one, we love to explore the past. Yeah, it's like two things at the same time, because like exploring the past, but kind of like making that universal in the sense that it says the past, present, future.
Hello guys, we're the Cavemen, and our new album Cavy in the City is out right now, and you're watching Days and Nights. Sawa. Days and Nights.
We're to welcome the brothers that are highlighting highlife back, known as the Cavemen. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
We're highlighting and celebrating what you guys are doing, and we're doing this in regards to your album just releasing, Cavy in the City. Cavy in the City seems like a statement. What does that statement actually mean to both of you?
I think that's a very important question. What the statement means is what we're targeting, which is what music really does these days, which is deliverance. Cavy in the City is that this is here to stay.
Basically explain our journey, from the beginning to where we are presently, and where we're going. It's still pretty much the same message we're trying to pass across from the first to this particular album. So, the past, present, and the future. That's where we are.
So, as like you said, showing from beginning to where you're actually going, you started off from the roots to London High Life, had real love in Lagos, and now we're here at Cavy in the City. So, when you compare the journey, how do you see the music has evolved to where we are now from Cavy in the City, from roots to right now?
I feel like with roots and love and high life, we're trying to be a bit more, it's like welcome. You have to understand that we've had a lot of experiences as brothers playing with so many people. And we're now just starting to let people know that with Cavy in the City, that this is our true experience. And even with the next one we'll release and the next one we'll release will be, I feel like people are catching up to us. We've learned so much over the years, and we're still learning every day. And that's what this album is really about, journey.
I think he said it all, it's a compilation of our experience that we've always kind of wanted people to feel when we started.
In general, this is a 13-track album, with the interlude from Cavemen. How do you guys say it's time to start an album? How do you fit it into 13 tracks? Because I can imagine that if you guys are jamming, it's pretty easy to just go into 17 tracks.
70, right?
Pretty much.
I
said 17, but at the end of the day, it could easily be 17 tracks.
Easily, yes, very true.
I think we're still figuring that out, because making that choice is one of the hardest things. To be honest with you, one of the hardest things, because there's so much. Imagine having so much to say, but kind of putting it in very.
Yeah.
You get to, man. It's something. It's something we're still figuring out. Yeah.
Essentially, you guys are the main producers and writers of everything that you do. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Example saying, this is time. Let's lock in. Let's actually lay these down. How does that work? Does Benjamin wake you up? Do you wake him up? How does that work?
I wouldn't say we would look at each other and say, this is time. It's basically we making, how I feel we do it is like we make enough songs. And then now, because so every song we make has an emotion or a story attached to it. And some stories work with some stories. We just, take that storyline and present it to the people. And then the next one we take another storyline that is our experience and present it to the people. That's why it's called a body of work. It has to all, not just sonically sync, but, message-wise too as well. So we don't really look at each other and say, okay, it's time for us to make an album now. Let's make an album. No, it's more so we make songs and, feel, okay, put this one out, and then there's plenty more.
With this project, you seem that it's you guys are growing more into your own, and as much as you have honed it on that craft and perfected, you're now then putting a bit of different sounds. So you're having like different elements, like the funk. You're a bit of 70s, 80s. As they make you particularly listed to, or you were trying to make this, or this was just time to sample and experiment in this?
It's so much of experimentation that we do. We, for one, we love to explore the past, and it's like two things at the same time, because like exploring the past, but kind of like making that universal in the sense that it says the past, present, future, so in a track like Keep On Moving, if I'm not jumping the gun, for example, in a track like Keep On Moving, there's like all that's in there, all that's focus on that complexity, but like bringing that into that simple nature, it's something we actually have fun with.
One of my favorites is Gel right now. What would you say you guys' favorite in terms of creating? Benjamin and Kings. What was, in terms of creating, what was like one of the more enjoyable tracks that I put together? I know the whole thing would be, but for you, what would you highlight and see what's more enjoyable?
For me, I would say Hold Me does that track for me. Is that, in terms of creation, it was just basically one of the writers and producers of the song, Jack Banate, just sound checking his guitar. We were all sound checking. And I remember going to the bathroom and walking into the studio. And he was just, going through the guitar. I was just like, can you just maintain that movement? Da 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 da. And, we just kept that. And Kingsley, of course, with his genius mind, came up with a sick bass line. And me, with my normal mind, came up with a drum beat. And, that process, I love processes like that, so out of nothing, something is born. And we kind of do that a lot. But Hold Me is that track for me, in terms of making.
Nice. Would you say, could you pick one?
Will it be one for me?
I can see, what's that favorite
Favorite one for me? Damn, it's like, I'll say the one that stood out for me will be on Celestine, because that day something unbelievable happened. People gathered to protest peacefully, and we all know what happened that day, and it was kind of like catastrophic, because I did not expect that love would experience that. I feel like Lagos was kind of like this VIRGINED, that day, because it was so unique to me. And that happened. And, I was like, how can we transform this, and this song came, shout out to Celestine Cool. I remember sending it to my brother, and he was happy about it.
And that's the beauty of that track. Listening to our ancestors, or should I say customized ancestors, make music that is very soothing to your soul, and then you having to now recreate that beauty even in a better way, if you say that. Because when he sent me that song, I know the original song, but when he sent it to me, it felt like a new song. And that's the beauty about it. It's like just, going back and staying the present and for the future.
Because you have this thing where you have to find this balance between trying to honor the past and like try and also preserve it for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that like responsibility, or like how does that come across for you guys? That balance.
The responsibility is always there, but I think one thing I'm also realizing is that in the large scheme of things, we are all competing. It wasn't a long time ago all this happened. If you look at it, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. You get what I'm saying? So I like to appreciate them, but I also kind of like see them as my colleagues as well. So there's big respect with that, like, because seeing them as my colleagues makes me like, channel, their tunes, their melodies, I'm like, what would this person do right now? Like, what would this person, kind of like informs, decisions and stuff, so yeah. It's like, it's responsibility, but it's also like, it's fun as well, because you get to like study, but also like now like objectify, which is where,
Break it down, because you work on the challenge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same answer. I think me and Kingsley listen to too much music, and then instead of copy and paste or sampling, we spend a lot of time asking ourselves why. Why, in the sense that if a saxophone player goes, why would you do instead of that kind of like motivates us to keep going, because there's so many music out there, great music out there. So, yeah.
And with the preservation of the past, you can see that you definitely like hold lots of people like up there.
Yes.
Who would you say your favorite drummer is? What would you say your favorite piece is?
A favorite drummer. Can I do a top 5 situation?
Sure.
Okay, so my favorite drummer of all time will have to be, or may have to be, Tony Allen, who played with Fela in the 70s. I also really love Carter Bilford, who's the drummer for the Dave Matthews Band. I also really love some very good drummers out here, Michael Oloyede, Wale Adeyemi, legends, and Dennis Chambers from the US. Those are my, and myself. Yeah, for sure.
It's a tricky one because, the bass kind of like niche and stuff, but I would say Richard Bona from Cameroon.
James Jamison?
What?
James Jamison?
James Jamison, yes. James
Pino
Jamison.
Palladino?
What?
Pino
Palladino. See, he knows all of them. Yeah.
And yourself, for sure. Yeah, he's great, man. Oh my God.
You guys are everyone's putting me up right now, so I can't even lie to you. Because even with this route that you guys are taking in terms of being brothers, being a band, right? In general, how would you say that you actually stuck to your guts and said, we're actually going to speak to you and we're going to do highlife, and the people will come? Because it's not a normal or an everyday thing to say. Because you speak, well, not all your listeners are equal, right? But there's this thing where there's a connection. So are you guys happy that you started doing that?
The funny thing is that we don't actually speak Igbo fluently. We're not we're not those people that you see and say, even one for her, you say, you not start saying Igbo. No, that's, we were raised and born and raised in Lagos, so good to be precise. And, but music is a universal language, so you can write music in any language. And we took up that responsibility to fill a void, which is, the Igbo highlife.
That's right. And are you guys happy to start to do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was not even, we were making music just for the fun of it. We were making different types of music. But Tamari Festival in 2017, Kingsley, before the festival, Kingsley came to me and played this song called Osondu. And it was, I think it might have been the only Igbo song we had written at the time. Maybe there were other ones, but that was like a major one. And we were on stage playing the song. We had played other songs that were not Igbo or not highlife. And then we played Osondu, and, we literally looked at each other on stage and we were like, yep.
This is it.
Yeah, so it was given at that point. So it doesn't matter if we can speak it fluently or not. The idea is that we are promoting the culture, whether you like it or not.
Yes, fantastic.
Thank you.
Whether it's here or it's in Europe, happen to see one of the shows then is like the same people from all over the place and like connecting the music like full-hearted. Like.
Yeah.
And you want to realize dictionary to see this. It's like I feel this, connect with this, see you understand this.
Yeah.
You're serious.
And to be honest, to add to that, we're happy that we made that decision. Well, we're totally grateful.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much like when it became culture right now.
Thank you.
And you're going strong. 2020. Let me dive back now. Go to how you guys came up in terms of being in the church, and you decided to be a band first. You decided to be a band for like different artists first, and then you made the change into the words. In terms of that phase before deciding, did you just think it was a thing of like having to do the acts of service and like it's step by step before we step in front?
Yeah.
We're trying to make bread, first of all. I don't think we knew how much we would have we learned, because we learned so much from those experiences. The idea was to, actually the idea was not actually to make bread. The idea was just to gain the experience with playing with people. Because honestly, bread never came. But, we just wanted to have that experience, and, there was no idea of forming a thing. We just love music and we just like playing it. So that just came as a result of the universe,
So what was that when you said, okay, it's time to step in front? Because I remember you guys played for most of the alternative scene. Mm-hmm. You play for
everybody.
Everybody. I feel like it's always been there. Just like David, I feel like process. You have to climb one step to get to the other step. So I think that's what was just happening while we were, backing up other artists and stuff. On the ground, we were also like crafting music as well. Applying those experiences. For example, Osondu was made like 3 times before, or 2 times before it actually came out, So if we came out at that time, we probably wouldn't have been ready. You know what I'm saying? We performed Osondu 2 years before it came out, So I feel like all that just added to the process.
As I said, it wasn't all like you take it step by step and knock it out the park.
Yeah.
But it's because now it's a case of you guys started in Lagos, so playing all over Lagos to now then constantly being on tour.
I remember calling my manager one time. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Jeez, why are we not going to all these places? And why are we not going to all these places? We should be."
Now, when are we playing in Lagos?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a thing that we are totally grateful for. But I can't, words cannot describe, feelings cannot describe how grateful you are even to be in this position.
You just performed last weekend. Headline
Artex.
Outlives. How's it to perform in Lagos every time you go chops at that capacity?
I always say this thing, like, we travel a lot and we play all these shows, but Lagos is still my favorite place to perform, and it's because it's home. Everybody here is just, Nigeria as a country, actually, it's my favorite place to play. We're internally grateful that, people come out and, sing our songs word for word. I don't really have to stress my voice in our shows. So, and he doesn't too as well. So it's, we're just grateful, honestly.
With the performance, you see your personalities come alive in a sense where, well, from my perspective, it seems that men is more playful.
Oh, always.
While Kingsley, the lawyer, suits up and gets to business. That's correct?
Yeah. I think I'm quite playful.
Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, sometimes.
Just depends on the day.
It depends on, I think I'm quite playful.
I think I'm quite reserved, like very gentle.
And in this hour now, you have 2 features on it. How do you say that process came about in terms of Angelique and
Pasalio. With Pasalio, Gatekeepers, we had played the song for him about 2-3 years ago, and he loved the song. He has always loved the song. And then before the album came out, we had sent the song to him like 3 months before the album came out. I'm not sure. Maybe I would say 5 months just for safety. And he sent his verse like 4 days after. He was he's like a brother to the Cave. So he is a brother to the Cave. So that was a beautiful experience. Even with the video, everything was just very easy and wonderful. And then with Angelique, she's our mama. The Davido song kind of like brought a relationship between the Cave and Mama Africa. And the rest, as I say, is history.
Fantastic. In general, you can see that, as you said, for Kilamari got together. Fantastic. What about the other features you said that you've done in general, from Flavor to Dildos, Whiskey, Asha? How does it feel coming from training to allow that for the people that you are now working with the general?
I think what inspires us is that we've always wanted to cause a ripple, in what we call the industry. We always were passionate about shaking things, and I feel like with our collaborations, if you can see the influence, you can see the generosity, you can see the fusion, of how we kind of like keep the lifestyle within the sounds and stuff. I have a lot of we have a lot of favorite collaborations. Like, you can literally make a playlist called the Cavemen features and have just collaborations.
That's a great idea.
Don't steal it though.
Good chips. Okay. And then he recently just dropped a video for Keykeepers. You guys, how much are you involved in that process in terms of creative direction on that?
Shouts to Outlives Studios. They were really hands-on. The creative team. Yeah, I mean, we're involved in that. We're in the video.
In the process too as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our music is we're involved in the music and everything that comes around it, the artwork, the visualizers, the lyric video. We play a very huge role in this because our music is very niche, I would say. So everything that comes with it has to just be in line, and we always everything we just very involved with the music generally, production, direction, the credits.
Also, with the artwork as well, you can see that the whole Serbia feel and nostalgic feeling. Who was involved in that process? What was the artist?
I mean, the artwork took a long time. A long time. Kingdom far, far away. With the collaboration of with our creative director and us, we came up with the idea, and it was thank God, finally. We all came together as a team, the Cavy team, to make that happen.
What is that moment that you said there was a crossover of people not knowing music to a lot of people actually knowing you? What's that crossover moment for you? What was it like?
Gee, both had over.
Crossover moment.
The moment that are you asking us the moment that we knew that we have blown, Abby?
Yeah, I don't know that my music is being played here, or I wouldn't expect this uncle, this aunt, or this kid to know the music.
Yeah, money. I feel like one that really stuck was, one time December 2020, a popular actress that we all respect so much. She posted a video of her vibing to one of the songs. That felt so good. That felt so good. That felt very reassuring for her to have posted it. Then, you can't go through all these things, like somebody just like listen to yourself and moving the way, post of you, yeah. So I think that was one very good time for me, and literally seeing the reaction to everything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, 2021 show in Mario Color, at least, or 2021 of those 2 years, was when I realized that, because my friends were calling me and they were like, I was expecting like 400, 500 people. And we were like, what's going on here? There's traffic in Mario Color. I said, oh my God, this, that. That was when I realized that, the Lord has done it finally. But I still feel that way till now. Like like you said, like if celebrities, or some people that we look up to, will say, oh, I know you guys are doing a great work. I'll be like, oh, you really know us? Or I'll travel, especially when we're outside the country and people come to us and say, oh, we really love your stuff, whether celebrity or not. And I feel that way. I'm like, oh, God is the greatest. Thank God, though.
So, coming from that, how do you guys stay grounded? Being that you're coming from those levels to those levels that artists are not.
You catch me, like, if you just barge into my room and catch me playing the bass guitar, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like knowing that, like, okay, there's still room for improvement, and there's still like it's like we found a private island and like we're installing things. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how it feels. Yeah.
There's a mindset I think we have, no matter how high we go, or no matter where we get to, always remember that you can fall at any time. And, just adding to what he's saying, as opening his door and you see him playing the bass. That mindset of anything staying humble. Don't let any of these things get into your head or your heart. We're always constantly practicing, and I'm always playing the drums. Practicing individually and together as much as we can. That's the mindset we live by, thanks to our mom.
Always makes the album.
Always.
Fantastic.
Always.
I was going to ask if there are any vinyls coming out, so anything special that we should be looking out for.
Yes, I expect finals, more shows, more albums.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that we should be looking out for in terms of the next steps for Cavemen, from Cavy in the city to...
You see, we can't disclose certain things here now, but I would say look out for, just watch out. We're always around.
It's about to be Cavy in your city.
All right, perfect. Thank you, guys. Our first session.
Thank you.
Give the album out.